Okay, so this is going to show how to pull data from more than one table. So 2 tables is what I'm going to do, but you can pull from more than just that. So what I have are 2 tables. I have my instructor table here, which has instructor ID, last name, and first name. So the teacher's first and last names, and Bob's has an instructor ID of 1. Now, this is a foreign key to, no, sorry, this is not the foreign key. This is a foreign key from my class. So my class ID is a primary key. And the class ID has the instructor ID that teaches that class. So what I'm going to do is first, let's do something very simple. All I'm going to do first is just pull up all the instructors, the first and last name. So this is not pulling data from 2 tables. This is only going to be pulling data from the first instructor table. So in order to do that, I'm going to, oops, that's not how you spell select, and then I'm going to select the last name, and I'm going to select the first name of the instructors, and I'm going to select that from my instructor table. Now make sure that you don't do instructor ID, because if you pull up from the instructor ID, that's a column, and that's not going to work at all. You will just get an error. And sometimes if you're not thinking, you might type instructor ID instead of the table, which I have done many times. So a lot of the errors are usually with spelling and just not thinking. So from the instructor table, and let's go ahead and order by the last name. So that's going to do alphabetically A to Z. So here you can see all the instructors. Spout, Sun, Teddy, and Toad are the last names, and then the first names. Okay, so that's simple. Very simple, just pulling up more than one column from this table to display. Now, we're going to make this just a little bit harder now. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to show the instructors' names with the classes that they teach. So to do this, it's very similar to a previous video I created with joins, except we're not going to use an outer join. We're just going to use a very basic natural join. And so what that's going to do is use the columns that they have in similar, which is going to be the instructor ID, and show us the other columns that I want to display with it. So I'm going to do select, and I need from the instructor table the last name, and again from the instructor table the first name. And now I want the class that these teachers teach, which the class that they teach is not in the instructor table. So now I have to go to the class table and pull up the class ID or class name. Let's do the class name, not the class ID. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we have that. Next, it's going to be from, now we're going to do, I've used the last name and first name first. So we're going to do instructor, which is I, and then we're going to do a natural join with the class C. Now we can go ahead and also order this by the last name. Okay, so here we have the last name, first name, and the last name is going in ascending order alphabetically, and then the class name that they teach. So you can see Sun, they're on here twice, but it's because they teach 2 classes. They teach the PE and health classes. Now there is a teacher, excuse me, that's not on this list. Spout. Spout is a teacher that has not been assigned a class type thing. So her class, she's not shown here because she doesn't have a class. Now, what if I wanted to show all of the teachers' names, even if they don't have a class? This is going to make it just that much more difficult. So to do this, I'm going to, again, pull up all 3, the last name, first name, and the class name from the 2 different tables. And it's going to, again, be using the 2 tables, but we're not going to use a natural join this time. This time, oops, that's not backspace. We are going to do a left outer join. And the reason we're going to do a left outer join is because my instructor table is what I have first. And it's the instructor table that I want to show all the teachers. If I did a right outer join, it would show me all the classes, even if a teacher wasn't assigned to it. But I want all the teachers, even if a class wasn't assigned to them. So we're going to do our left outer join. And let's go ahead and order by the last name again. So this time, if I'm to execute this query, it should show spout. Oops, I'm missing a keyword. Let me read what I have done. Last name, select I, first name. Oh my goodness. I didn't even make that more difficult. I forgot to change something. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. So select from, and it's gonna be a left outer join. Now, okay, this is why it didn't work. This is very important. I completely spaced on it, which is my bad. We're going to use an on keyword. Now, there's two keywords you can use here, which is a using and on clause. Using you can only use when the columns are the same. And the on clause you can use when they're the same and not the same. So we're going to use this on clause because some are the same, some are different. Now, with the on clause, I want it to be when the instructor ID from the instructor table equals the instructor ID on the class table. Okay, now I'm going to order by the last name. Okay, can't believe I forgot to do that before. Now this should work. Yes, there we have it. Spout Samantha, which is a teacher, has no class assigned to them, and you can still see that Sun has her 2 classes. So this is how you would create a report for many things very similar using 2 different tables if you have more than one thing you need to pull up. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.